Hello, guys. I'm so excited to be talking to you guys today about becoming a girl boss and, this whole health and fitness coaching business thing that I'm always talking about. And becoming a social media influencer and working from home and all these exciting things that honestly I didn't even know about until my husband Eric told me about them. So I'll get into that little story in a bit. But as you guys get on, tell me where you guys listening in from. I know we have people all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast. I'm central right now. I'm on the central time zone. I'm in Texas, military family. So yeah, tell us where you're tuning in from. And I asked this question. Oh, I asked a different question. Sorry. I wanted to ask you guys if you had an extra $500 a month. If you could make an extra $500 a month from home, working at home on your phone with your social media, with Facebook and Instagram, what would you do with that extra $500 a month? Would you go save it up for your dream vacation? Would you pay off some debt? Would you create a new savings account? Like, what would that look like for you? Because although that may not seem like a lot to some people, it is a big game changer if you could bring in an extra $500 a month without having to like physically leave your house and go get a second job. I mean, you gotta utilize the power of social media and the internet nowadays. So start commenting below those things. And as you comment below, just remember, I'm going to be doing a prize giveaway for my favorite Cleveland, for my favorite pre-workout. And if you don't know what pre-workout is, you basically drink this like 15 to 20 minutes before you work out, and it will give you that extra boost of energy that you need to like pump, like get your workout in and like do it even 10 times better than what you could do it without it. And I think is amazing for like if you're trying to knock it out in the morning, because I know morning workouts are hard, but it's so amazing to get it done in the morning. And then remember, if you don't know already, this video is just gonna be more of like my story and my guest speaker Katie's story and how we got started and why we got started and stuff like that. As far as like the nuts and bolts and like all the little details of how we actually earn as coaches at home and all this stuff, get back to your coach at the end of this. Write down any questions that you have and they will guide you to answer all those questions and see if this is something that you want to do with us, okay? And OMG, I have so much hair, guys. It's like all over my lipstick. But okay, so girl boss, work from home and become a social media influencer or a fitness influencer, because if you haven't noticed, we're always posting, all of our workouts, or if you're in our fitness groups, you probably see like we're all, a lot of us are coaches and we're helping people every single month get started with their health and fitness journey as we go on ours. So yeah, you definitely, if you want to do this, you definitely have to want and have that desire to want to live a healthier lifestyle. You don't have to be like at your goal weight, or you don't have to be this like nutritionist or person that works out at the gym all day to do this. You can if you are, but you don't need to have those prerequisites to become this social media online, fitness influencer that we are. And I'm just going to put this out there in the beginning of this call. I want to make sure that the income disclaimer is said. So each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. So it takes work, like anything else does. If you go to college, like me, I was going for speech therapy, then I would have had to go to college for 4 years and put in all the hard work and the hours in to learn that field and get paid eventually, So, yeah, I wanted to put that out there. And this can be done part-time or full-time. And I will say most of the coaches on my team do this part-time. They work, their moms, their dads, they're college students, they're grandmas. We got all kinds of people on our team, and a lot of them do it part-time. And then there's people like me that do this full-time, and I'll get into that a little bit. But let's see what else I have here. But I think first, before you get into all the how to and all of that stuff, it all starts with that vision of wanting more for your life. It has to be a heart decision, you know. You gotta have that desire to want more than what you have right now. Not saying that you can't be grateful for what you have right now, but sometimes you're missing maybe that extra passion, or maybe you want to be a part of a community, or maybe you want to, you know, help people, or maybe you do need that extra money because you want to upgrade your life and live a little better, you know. So whatever that is for you, hang on to that, because while listening to this, if something is tugging at your heart and telling you like, man, like just go for it, like you got nothing to lose, just do it, then you need to run with that, because dreams and visions, what you see for your life, aren't practical. They come from your heart, like I said, and you could figure all that stuff out later, and we can help you out with that. So a little bit about myself. I'm actually a 2-star diamond coach with the company. I'm a Success Club 10 All-Star. I'm a mom, a new mom. I don't know how new. He's 10 months old now. I'm so sad. He's growing up so fast, almost gonna be 1. And I'm a military spouse. So my husband is active duty Air Force. So that's why I said we move around a lot, and I'm actually in Texas, living in Texas now. And I've been coaching for 5 years now, which is crazy because it feels like just yesterday I signed up to become a coach and do this. And like I said, I started it part-time. So I was going to college full-time for speech therapy, and then I was working full-time at a jewelry. I actually lived in Las Vegas before this, if you don't know. And I worked at a jewelry store selling jewelry and stuff. So that's what I was doing before I started this. And it was actually my husband, Eric, that introduced me to coaching. He was doing the workouts already. He was drinking his shakes, following everything. And honestly, like, I always wanted to work out and like be healthier, and I desired it, but I just made, let's be real, a bunch of excuses to why I couldn't do it. And then when I found a reason to get me moving, which was coaching, it's the one thing that has kept me accountable on my fitness journey for the past 5 years. So even if you just do it for that reason alone, like for your own health and fitness, like that is a win, you know, besides earning an income and all that. So yeah, he introduced it to me. He was like, you know, if you start using these products, getting results, and sharing your journey online on your Facebook and your Instagram, you can help people and earn an income. And I was like, oh, really? Like, talk to me. Tell me more about that. And to me, that was like a win-win, because like I said, I wanted to get healthy and fit. And I mean, who doesn't mind making extra income? I was already working and going to school for something, but I was open to that, you know? And we use our Facebook and Instagram all day long anyways, and we scroll and post stuff anyways. So might as well use it to benefit us and help others and inspire others, you know? But fast forward, I got started with it. I was all in, but I did have doubts at first. Like I was not fit at all. I didn't work out. I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican, so, you know, I grew up eating rice, beans, chicken, and I didn't really know much about healthy eating. So I was a little bit insecure of like, oh my God, will anybody like want my help or want to join me kind of thing. But I knew that if I personally just made the changes in myself and shared that with others, and I was real with people and talked about my struggles, that I could help inspire people to do it with me and basically be their cheerleader. That's what this is. You don't have to be an expert. You do have to use the products, get your results, live the healthy lifestyle, share that, and help people, and like just build relationships and friendships and do it as a team. And that's what I love about this, and that's what has kept me on board. And fast forward again, I lost 15 pounds in my first, I think, month and a half of coaching. I lost 15 pounds. And then I kept that off for like 3 years. And then I got pregnant with my son. I gained like, I forgot how much weight, 40 something pounds. And I lost that baby weight after having him. And like I said, he's 10 months now. So, I mean, the fact that I was able to do that, to hop right back in, you know, and get that support from the team and just everything, the community, like, I feel like that's why I got all that weight off right away, because I had all the support and I had the right tools, you know, and because it was my business, like, it's what I do from home. And now, like I said, I started this part-time, but now I'm doing it full-time. And that was my main, it kind of grew. My why at first was to make that extra little income, but as I started seeing the potential that this business has, I was like, wow, like, one day I know I'm gonna have a son, not a son, a kid, you know, I'm gonna have kids with Eric, and I know he's in the military, I know we're gonna move. And I said, you know what, like, I need to pursue this and make it a goal to make enough income where I can stay home full time and be a stay-at-home mom, but be a working stay-at-home mom. And I can proudly say that for the past 5 years, I've been able to do that. And now I have my son and I'm able to be a stay-at-home mom, but still do something that I love, that I can take with me anywhere as a military spouse, because I know in the next few years we're going to be moving somewhere else and I don't have to start over. So that's in a nutshell my story. And as far as fitness goals and stuff like that, if anyone on our team that's watching right now who's gotten like amazing results with our groups and stuff like that, if you guys want to comment below like your before and afters, or just give a little, you know, a little paragraph or whatever about what you love about our groups and our team and stuff, that would be nice for anyone else that wants to see. And I'll be bringing on Katie right now so we can get into talking about her story and like where she is with this business, what it has done for her in her life, and basically how you guys can get started with us, you know. So let me bring her on here. Let's see if I could find Katie on here. No, I don't see her. Let's see. There she goes. Oh, and I totally forgot to get my headphones. Hold on 1 second, guys. I have it on the table. And I have to get my headphones because my phone is crazy and it makes some funny noises if I don't. And then, of course, they're tangled, right? Let's see. Is anybody commenting? Anyone commenting their results or what they love? You'll post your before and after. I'll post mine too at the end. All right, so let's add her in. Let's see. Hopefully the sound is good. Hey, Katie.
Hey,
Oh, these are
hello.
loud. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh my God. Oh, they're very loud. Oh, heck.
I'm like
Fixing that.
fixing it. Yep. So I'm excited to have you here. And if
I'm
you
so
guys
excited
don't
to be
know,
here.
right? And if you guys don't know, I actually, Katie, how did we? Oh, I met her in a Facebook group, actually. I
Mm-hmm.
was looking for somebody to work the business with, like a success partner. And then we connected, and wow, I can't believe how much time has passed by. That was like
That's probably been
3
like a
years
year and a half.
ago.
Yeah. Well,
That
yeah.
was
It's
a
probably
long
like
time ago.
probably yeah 3 years. So,
Yeah.
social media is where it all begins. All great
I know,
friendships
right?
start there.
Right.
Oh.
So let's just get into it because I kind of talked everyone's ear off in the beginning.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep it reeled in. So you'll have to tell me if I'm like too chatty. I had Energized before this, so
Uh-oh.
I always drink
Guys.
it at night. I know, guys. It's like my stuff.
Yes.
Um,
And somebody's going to win some of that. So they'll be excited.
yes, I call it my
Um,
unicorn blood. It's so good. I just love it so much.
oh man, trust me. I'm
Woo.
I'm addicted too. So yeah, can you tell us a little bit about, oh, I've totally forgot to mention. I'll give her a little introduction. She's actually a one-star
Mm-hmm.
diamond too. She is head of the Cleveland Market Council. She was a former radio DJ, which is freaking cool, and higher education administrator. And she is a Success Club 10 legend, which is freaking amazing, by the way, guys. That means that for 2 years straight, she has helped a minimum of 5 people every single month for 2 years. Like, that is freaking awesome and not an easy thing to achieve. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So, yeah, can you tell us a little bit about where you were before you got started with coaching? Because you're killing it right now with this.
Sure. I have been a coach. August 25th will be 6 years. I've been a coach. So I've been around for a little bit, which seems like, again, like you said, you just started yesterday. Like, that's kind of how I feel. But I kind of started off differently than a lot of people, which is, I always find when I talk about it, it's always like, that's weird. But when Beachbody came into my life, I was killing it. I was a director at a college. I was making a lot of money. I was very fulfilled from that aspect as far as the financial stuff looked good on paper. That's all going great. I wasn't necessarily looking for something that was going to replace that income. But from a personal standpoint, I was like Hot Mess Express conductor, like the queen of the Hot Mess Express. And at that point, I was in a really bad relationship. I was 70 pounds overweight, which was crazy because I was a college athlete. I've always been in shape. So clearly things weren't going well. And I also was an alcoholic. So that's a nice little resume to add to it. I had zero interest in doing this. I should say that. I was very skeptical, lot of doubts, and I can go into those in a second, but I just didn't think it would ever work. But I was at this place where I did not know how to get back to where I once was because none of my clothes fit. I had all this huge closet of clothes. Nothing was fitting me. I felt miserable. I hated what I saw in the mirror. I just didn't know what to do. And I didn't want to go talk to anybody. I mean, some of you guys might be able to acknowledge that when you feel really bad about yourself, you like don't want to go to somebody and say, hey, I feel really fat. I can't fit in my clothes. Help me with this. And it was embarrassing because, again, everybody knew me as the person that was always in shape. So what happened actually was one night, earlier that day, I had gotten up, I went to go get dressed for work, and none of my pants would fit me. Like, none of my pants would fit me. So I put on yoga pants and disguised those as a suit bottom, which could work in a pinch. Just life hack, letting you know. And I came home that night, and I, of course, was drinking. I drank every single night. It was a really great setup I had going on. And that night, somebody I knew from college messaged me about being in this group online. This brand new program had just come out. It was 25 minutes a day called T25. And there was a shake thing and whatever. And you want to do it. And I was drunk, and I signed up. And I had no clue I signed up as a coach, or that I bought this bundle. And like 3 days later, I opened the door, and there's a bundle, and there's Shakeology, and there's a program, and I'm like, and now what do I do with this? What did I do? At that same time, ironically, all these things started to line up to get my life together. One of my close friends had come to my apartment and did kind of like a mini intervention for me and took me to Alcoholics Anonymous. I've been sober ever since then, side note. So that was kind of like the thing that made me go, I really need to do something. Okay, let's see what this group is about. And I joined this group. It was a 60-day group. Back then, we did the 60-day groups. Yeah. Which seems so crazy now. I do like 3 weeks. I'm like, God, this stuff lost a long time. But I did the group, and I really 100% believe that I would quit. Guys, I was one of those people that was like, I will not drink a shake. Those things are stupid. This is some pyramid thing. This isn't going to work. These are all fake people photoshopped in the infomercials. This is not my thing. So I was like, fine, I'll start it to shut this person up, but I'm not going to finish this challenge. And then like that first week, I was just feeling like really good. I really struggled with I had used the modifier for the whole first 30 days, honestly. But I was like feeling that sense of like pride again. And the end of that 60-day group, I weighed myself. We had not weighed ourselves the entire challenge. And I had lost 47.5 pounds in 60 days with the first 10 weeks of T25. And I was like, wow, what is this? So I was like, this is really cool. And I remember standing on the scale at the end, and I was just like, I remembered how terrible I felt when I took the before photos. And if you've taken before photos, sometimes they're not pretty. And
Yeah.
I cried so bad that day. I had my mom take him and I was like, I just don't get how I was ever there. And then that day when I finished the challenge and I stood on that scale and I saw what I had done, I cried again, but I was like, this is like, I could do freaking anything. So
Yeah.
at that point, I was like, I messaged my coach and I was like, I know I'm already a coach, but like, I want to do something now with it. And at that point, it was getting close to the end of the year. So as 2014 rolled in, I just hit the ground running with it. They put me in the T25 infomercial because of my results. So I learned firsthand
What?
those people are not fake. They do not Photoshop anything. They're very specific about it. Like, and that was like, okay, cool. But ever since then, I've just kind of gone with it um, to make the most of it, because when you get that feeling of you've changed something in
Mm-hmm.
you, you want everyone else to feel that way, because you know other people feel that terrible feeling of, I don't like what I look in the mirror. I feel like I'm just gonna hide in photos kind of
Yeah.
thing. Um,
Wow. Yeah.
so
So that's great. I mean, dang, I didn't even know all of this about your story. So it's cool to hear like how it kind of, I don't want to say accidentally happened, but you know, you kind of just ordered
mm-hmm,
it and then career wise, you already felt fulfilled, right? Like
mm-hmm,
income wise and stuff like that. So I know this part of your story of how like you actually do this full time now.
mm-hmm.
So you actually made that,
Left.
you actually left.
Yes.
So that's, I guess, tell us like how did this, you getting the results and starting this business turn into that? Because if you were already fulfilled over there,
Oh,
like what was that shift?
like I was, like I said, like I had no intention on this being something, and honestly, I didn't think it could be. Even after I finished that group and stuff, I was still thinking like, there's no way there's this is a career, and I'm not going to do anything with this. But I just wanted to help other people, and I'm like, if I can connect them, cool. And then I had a sit down with my upline coach who broke down what she was making per week, and it was like something around like $11,000 a week. Income disclaimer. Remember
Mm-hmm.
that income disclaimer per week. I'm saying, and I was like, well, like, tell me about it, because if in order for me to leave a career that I had worked in, I'd started working in there like very early in my life. I had really built my way up. I had a master's degree. I put in all this education. Like, it had to be worth my while to leave. I wasn't going to leave
Yeah.
to make like $100 a week, just because I needed to make sure that I was still taking care of myself. And so she sat down and was like, explained some different things to me, and I made that choice then, the beginning of 2014, to just really try to retire myself in a year and a half time frame. And for me, being when you're in higher education, you're in a director role, I'm working 70 hours a week. I had a lot going on, a lot.
That was my next question. I was just gonna say, how
Oh,
did you fit it in with your crazy schedule? Because
it was it
I
was
know
in
that
the
could.
beginning, I had no clue what I was doing. And then I quickly learned that I just had to focus on like little power pockets of time. I honestly would get up a little bit earlier than I needed to get up anyway, and would do a little bit of work then. I would do a little bit on my lunch break, and then on the weekends I would just try to set aside a couple hours to really be focused in my at my home office, because I knew I wasn't going to be working on like a Sunday, to get some things done. And it was
Mm-hmm.
crazy when I look back now how much time I spent doing it. But you know, there's that one of my favorite quotes ever is that entrepreneurs will work a few years of their life like others won't, to live the
Mm-hmm.
rest of their lives like others can't. And that's 100% what I did. Like, yeah, I gave up some of the social events, and at that time I was still going to AA meetings. I was still doing things to keep myself in line, but I made the choice that I wanted to put that extra time, instead of doing some of that other stuff, into this business, because I wanted to someday be home full time and not have to work, listen to anybody, and make my own schedule. So a year and a half later, I was able to leave. I had
Wow.
surpassed the income. I had everything I wanted to do. I actually could have left a year after. It was January 2015. I could have left, but the person above me at my college had a stroke, not because I was leaving, but I had said that if I did not stay, there wouldn't have been somebody there to do any of the jobs. So I said I would stay until he came back,
Mm-hmm.
or I was getting ready to get married, or I was going to leave 2 weeks before the wedding. So I ended up staying a little bit longer because he never did return,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of transition that. But I made it happen,
Wow.
and it was not a lot of time commitment. So those people that think, I don't want to say it's not hard work, because now obviously I put in a lot more time, but when you're starting out, it is, just having a focus and knowing what you need to do, and having a coach that's mentoring you to get the things done, to allocate your time correctly and not be like wasting it trolling the internet.
Exactly. And speaking on that, when you do get, if you're on Katie's team or my team, when you do sign on to be on our teams, we have all that training. And like she said, you will be mentored by us or by your upline coach and stuff. So you're never really in this alone. It's
Hmm.
definitely a team effort. And I think that's what I love about it the most.
Hmm.
So lastly, if you could say one last thing for anyone that's like on the fence right now, like they're kind of like, should I do this? Like maybe, like what
Hmm.
could you say to help them make that decision to just go for
Just
it, you
one
know?
thing, just one thing.
Yeah.
I would just say, like, you deserve to live your best life. I say that all the time. You deserve to live your best life. And I really think that coaching does that because, yeah, I'm getting to help a lot of people. That personal fulfillment is there. But at the same time, I'm still taking care of me, which so many people neglect as they get married, have kids, work. You know, we still need to be working out to be healthy. We still need to have proper nutrition. We need to be surrounded by very positive, encouraging people. And a lot of times we are the ones that go on the back burner and we don't need that. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
sitting there wondering if you should do this, whatever, I always tell people to try it because the worst that can happen is so what you get in good shape, you get your health together. Cool. Maybe the coaching thing isn't what you end up wanting to do long term, but it's going to help you get back to being that best version of yourself. And then everybody wins when that
Yep.
happens. So
And
that's what I would say.
I totally agree because, like you said, like success in life is one thing, but I think the coolest thing with this is that to be successful with this, you
Mm-hmm.
have to be like 100% the best you know, like that you can be. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's cool that like we're the front, you know, of the
Mm-hmm.
business. We are the brand, which is what the whole social media influencer thing and fitness influencer and all that stuff is about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, so thank you for getting on here. And like I
No
said, guys,
problem.
comment stayed until the end so I can see your name and I can get your name in the prize drawing for some samples of this pre-workout.
Mm-hmm.
And also get back to us or the coach who invited you here if you want more information on like how we actually earn an income and all of that, how you can get started. We got you, girl. Or
Mm-hmm.
guys. But it's girl boss, so maybe there's not no guys on here today. All right, guys. I hope you had a great time and have a good night. Bye
Bye.
bye.